Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am the Southern Wrestling Scholar, ZJ Pierce. I am the host of the Nerdz Watching Wrasslin Podcast, and this is Quick Reacts, where I take a look at Insert Wrestling Show here and give you an outside opinion if you want it, or let you know what happened just in case you missed the show. And today we are talking about Aew Dynamite February 4th edition, live from Las Vegas. As you can see from this card, action-packed from top to bottom, even going into overtime by like 5 minutes. We weren't really overtime. But enough of my little yibba-yabba. We here to get you caught up. If you ready, I'm ready. Tag me in. We start the match off, first of all, with hype packages for everybody hyping their matches tonight. In-ring action starts with Jon Moxley, Daniel Garcia, and Pac of the Death Riders taking on Konosuke Takeshita, El Clone, and Josh Alexander in this week's party match. It was a very fun trios match. El Clone and Pac in particular put on a very good showing, like cruiserweight style that they're known for. Loved it. Daniel Garcia has so much edge to him now that he's in the Death Riders. I love watching him wrestle. Josh Alexander is still one of the best things to come out of Canada. And obviously this scene was mostly about Continental Champion Jon Moxley and Konosuke Takeshita, who deems that he's still worthy of a title match after beating Jon Moxley in the Blue League of the Continental Classic. This was a very good match, a lot of fun spots, a lot of great near falls, including one where Daniel Garcia had Konosuke Takeshita in the Dragon Tamer, and Jon Moxley hit a stomp for a very good near fall. But ultimately, after some very good coordination from the Don Callis family, Takeshita got the win on Daniel Garcia after hitting the Falcon Arrow or the Raging Fire, whatever you call it. We then learned later in the night that due to this win, that at Grand Slam Australia, Konosuke Takeshita will take on Jon Moxley for the Continental Championship. Cannot wait for that match. Backstage, Renee Paquette gets ready to interview Swerve Strickland, but on behalf of Swerve, Prince Nana speaks and says that they are not done with the world title scene. They have not lost focus just because they lost the match. We get a Will Ospreay hype package. He will be back very soon. Cannot wait for the Aerial Assassin. And then we get Toni Storm and Orange Cassidy in a mixed tag team match against Jordan Oasis and Brittany Brooks, some local jobbers, I guess. This is obviously just to build momentum towards their hair versus hair match against Marina Shafir and Wheeler Yuta of the Death Riders in Grand Slam Australia. There was a point in the match where Orange Cassidy was facing Jordan Oasis. He kind of backed off of him, after seeing his reflection in his head because Jordan Oasis was bald. Insert bald being here. And after a very quick win, they questioned why they being Tony and Orange Cassidy, they questioned why they made a hair versus hair match against Marina Shafir and Wheeler Yuta, because they both love their hair and think that they'll be absolutely ugly and hideous without it. So they said two things are going to happen for sure because they are freshly squeezed and timeless. One, they will either give Wheeler Yuta a very nice comb over, or two, Marina Shafir will look like Mox by the end of the night. This is going to be fun. We found out that Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors just beat up Darby Allin, threw him in the trunk and drove away. More on that development later. Like, I'll say what happened to him for the end. Cause Jesus Christ, talk about a debut. Next, Adam Page took on Mark Davis of the Don Callis family. Well, if Adam Page won, he would advance to the number one contenders match at Grand Slam Australia for the World Heavyweight Championship. And if Mark Davis won, Andrade would give him $10,000. Or if he just injured him, like 10 grand. Take care of Hangman Page. Very good match. Mark Davis put on a very strong showing, but this was always going to be Hangman Page's match to win because we need to have this match at Grand Slam Australia to find out who's going on to Revolution. Like Page won after hitting a buckshot lariat. After his victory, he says he is going to, tongue-tied. After his victory, he says that he's willing to face Kenny Omega at Australia and hopes to see him there. And at Revolution, he is going to stop all the kids out of MJF's tiny little testicles. Legit what he said. We get a Kevin Knight hype package, and then Andrade El Idolo takes on Kenny Omega, where the winner of that goes on to face Hangman Adam Page at Grand Slam Australia for the World Heavyweight title. This was a very fun match. You forget that, maybe less than a year or so ago that Kenny Omega was battling diverticulitis and Andrade was doing completely nothing in WWE. So this match was so good. Oh my God. Just so many spots. I can't even name all the spots, but Andrade right now really has this character where he likes taking selfies with these girls at ringside. Like, Andrade came over here, got single, and don't know how to act, but still try to bust out the figure eight leg. Like, you can't do that, bro. Like, that ain't your move no more. But a very good match with a very nice finish. I say very nice story-wise, because, like, I hate whenever Don Callis gets involved in matches. I do not like Don Callis. But as far as story, it's a very good finish as Don Callis passes the screwdriver to Andrade to use for Swerve Strickland to come out and take the screwdriver. This, however, in turn distracts the referee while Kenny Omega is trying to hit the one-winged angel on Andrade. Andrade gets out of it, hits him with a low blow, and then hits the DM for the win. Andrade will go on to face Hangman Adam Page in Grand Slam Australia for the #1 contendership. After the match, things get very tense and heated between Kenny Omega and Swerve Strickland. I assume they two will have a match at Grand Slam Australia. Cannot wait for that. Chris Statlander says she agreed to give Thekla her title match for not getting involved in the tag match last week, but she will pick the stipulation and she will reveal said stipulation on Collision. Next, in our mandatory women's match of the night, the Babes of Wrath took on Mega Bad, Megan Bang, and Penelope Ford in a women's tag team title eliminator match where if Mega Bad wins, they get a tag title shot against Babes of Wrath, Harley Cameron, and TBS champion Willow Nightingale. Very good match. I loved how consistent in the ring Harley is getting. She's getting better and better. Megan Bang and Penelope Ford made a very good tag team. It's sad that we didn't get them teaming in the tag tournament initially because they probably honestly would have won. That's evident by their victory over the Babes of Wrath tonight because they were on such the same page. I really like this match and I really like this for Mega Bad. They got the win on Harley Cameron after hitting a launching cutter to Willow Nightingale and the Doomsday Device. They will now get a shot at the tag titles, I believe, possibly also in Australia. The TNT champion, Tommaso Ciampa, says says that he is going to continue the tradition of the TNT Open Challenge and says that he is going to defend the belt this Saturday on Collision. We find out immediately that that has been answered by both Roderick Strong and Claudio Castagnoli. And we also learned that the belt's name is Sylvie. Like, you know how in NXT he had Goldie? Now he has Sylvie. Next, for the AEW National Championship, Ricochet defended his title against Jungle Jack Perry. Once again, another very fun match considering who was involved. Jack Perry is very good. Ricochet still playing a very cocky heel, getting his ball spots in, but also still being so good that you can't help but not watch him. Obviously, there was a lot of interference towards the finish as Jungle Jack Perry had Ricochet in the snare trap just for GOA to come out, pull him towards the rope. This then led to the Young Bucks to come out and make the save, but during all the commotion, Ricochet would put the national title on the turnbuckle, drive Jungle Jack's head into it, and hit the Vertigo for the win. Boo, Ricochet. We find out that Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors, first of all, took Darby Allin out of said trunk, put him in a body bag, tied the body bag to the back of the car, then just drug him through the desert, and then just left him there. So now Darby Allin's just in the desert somewhere. Sorry, Darby. And in your main event, which went into overtime because there was only like 3 minutes left of the show, AEW World Heavyweight Champion Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF, took on Brody King in a world title eliminator match. And I am in no way, shape, or form going to call this a match. This was a squash to set up what obviously needs to happen. Brody King versus MJF at Grand Slam Australia. So here's what happened. The bell rung. Immediately, Hangman Adam Page came out. While MJF was distracted on the apron, Brody King choked him out. MJF went limp. MJF gets thrown back in the ring by Brody King. We hit the cannonball on MJF. We hit the Gonzo bomb on MJF. We pinned MJF. We faced MJF at Grand Slam Australia. This was always going to happen. In the post-match, Andrade comes in to attack both Brody King and MJF, but forgets that Hangman Adam Page is there and he gets attacked. Adam Page then attacks MJF, who counters him, just for Brody King to attack and stand tall. Brody King is definitely not winning this title at Grand Slam Australia. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the February 4th episode of AEW Dynamite. Let me know what you thought of the show. Until next time, I am the Southern Wrestling Scholar. Please check out the newest episode of the Nerdz Watching Wrasslin Podcast that is available now on Apple and Spotify, where me and my co-host, the Quantifiable One, give you a full recap and our thoughts of the Royal Rumble. Until then, I will see you next time.